go. Hi. Oh, you're hungry and you can't get up on the cooler. Come on. Come on. Mm-hmm. As we pop out the chat. Come on. BNSF Railfan. Hello. Who's been farting? You've been farting. Nasty. Nasty. Mr. Plotner. How are you today? It's Rick. It's his fault. He's been doing it. Good morning, Stanley. Hello, David Allen. Yeah, it is pretty cold outside. 46 degrees here. Well, today I pick up the new wicks for the kerosene heater. I discovered I'm going to have to run some tests, to make sure it's not going to kill us. But I found out you can, if you mix isopropyl alcohol with diesel, you can burn diesel fuel in a kerosene heater. And diesel fuel is about 1/3 the price of kerosene. Big, big difference. I don't know. The light sensor might be on all the time to indicate there's power to the sensor. And the color will probably change when it does something. So it might blink or change color when it does its induction part. Way you can test that is stick something underneath it, see if it changes color. Usually even your hand will be enough. Just stick your hand underneath there and see if it changes color. That might be normal. Hello, Pygar. Cool. I ordered some radios from Vince, and the guy sent me the wrong radios. That one needs to be plugged in. We'll have to change the batteries in them. Stop it. Knock it off. Don't go climbing over stuff making a mess. Or I will whoop your butt, cat. So, got these little, they're FRS GMRS radios. They're just basically walkie-talkies. And he sent me the wrong ones. He has 2 models available. And he has ones that have a screen, as you can see the channel you're on. And then he had these that don't have a screen. They're just, you hear it when you, it's not powerful enough to turn on yet. But you press the button, it'll say 1, 2, 3. It'll tell you what channel it's on audibly. And I ended up liking these better. They're both USB-C charged, so they use a USB-C cable, which is what I wanted. And while the other ones use a lithium-ion battery, this one, however, very interesting. This one uses an 18650 cell. So behind that little piece of plastic, which just pulls right out, is a standard, regular old 18650 battery cell. So instead of replacing them with the proper radios, these are half the price, so he's going to send me 4 more of these. But that means these are not obsolete at any point. Because I can charge by USB-C, and I can replace the battery at any time with another 18650 cell. That's freaking awesome. I wish they would make a version of this with the screen, but also USB-C and also 18650 cell. Because the screen version of this uses USB-C, but it doesn't have a replaceable cell. It's replaceable, but it's a battery pack. It's a lithium-ion battery pack. So, interesting. I'm starting to get more picky about my gadgets. I want them to be serviceable. I want to be able to replace the battery, because otherwise, once the battery dies, it's a paperweight. Yeah, it's not 30 degrees. It's 47 degrees now in Edgewood. So it is a little chilly, though. I think the high for today is going to be 57. So it's going to be a little on the cold side today. The heater is not doing a good job, though. 62 inside, I have it set for 72. So it's lagging behind 10 degrees. If I could actually run the kerosene heater on diesel, that would actually be cheaper to operate when it gets really cold than the mini split. Because that would be $90 a month for fuel. And maybe less. Although I can only do half my fuel at less. Did you find that company who can sell you the cup at $4? I don't know what you're talking about. Cup at $4? Well, that's why today's a quickie stream. Michelle's in the hospital. She was sick last week, and she wasn't feeling good, and for a few days, we thought she just caught the flu or something like that. But when she went to her doctor's appointment on Monday, the doctor was really worried because he said her oxygen level was critical and her heart rate and blood pressure were way up because they were compensating for the low oxygen level. And so he called an ambulance and she went to the hospital. And it turns out she has blood clots. So it looks like she had blood clots in her leg, and a couple of them let go and ended up in her chest. That's why she was having trouble breathing. Doctor said not crazy serious, that they should be able to treat it, thin the blood and dissolve the clots. And so today I'm going to visit her. Because she doesn't have a room yet, visiting hours are restricted when I can go see her. So I got to bring her some clothes and charger for her phone and stuff like that. She turns her phone off to conserve battery power, so I was like, smart move. That was a good job. And until she has a room, I'll be restricted when I can see her, because obviously they don't want people just running around the ER. So we were leaving here 12:30, 1 o'clock to go see her and bring her some clothes and stuff like that. And I did finally get a key for the Kia. Thankfully it worked, because there was a chance it wasn't going to work. That cost me $108. Guy says, oh yeah, 80 to $100. And of course when I get there it's $100. Yeah, of course. It's nowhere close to $80. It's $100 for you. Whatever. Yeah, but the debate was over what? Who's been farting? What was the $4 thing? what was the $4 cup? Kitty's doing good, although I got a few. Oh yeah, I can hear one of them puking up a hairball. Demanding they sell you a cup. I still don't understand. Why would I demand anybody sell me a cup? Your illustration last week. Can you guys give me details? Cup and conversation last week is not doing it. I need details. What kind of cup? What was it for? Why was I demanding something? Hello, Andreas. I don't remember doing the illustration. And boy, has it been freaking windy. Holy crap. It's just been howling through here the last day. The canopies are holding up. I'm surprised. Even though they're sheltered between the house and the trees, I'm still surprised they're holding up like they are. Oh, about it not being okay to force your suppliers to sell you cheaper, but it somehow is okay to force laborers to take below cost for their labor. There's a cognitive dissonance in the corporate America to where they can't justify it, so they sound weird when you confront them on it. Well, thankfully I got HEPA filters on this house, so I didn't smell it. That'd be a hell of a fart, man. I got this neat little toy. It's a little kid's camera kind of thing, although it's a little bit small for kids. What's the W with the lines? I know the other symbol's pounds. That's all minimum wages in the UK? Ouch. What's that, like $11, $12 an hour? But this is interesting. It's manual focus. It's 2 megapixels. Not bad. It's okay. Comes with the SD card, has a screen, but it's a telescope and a microscope. That's pretty freaking cool. So it's a 20 times telescope and a 28x microscope. That's really freaking cool. So I'm gonna play with that. Got a titanium box cutter knife, where apparently even the blade is made of titanium. D2 titanium, whatever that means. But I thought that was pretty slick. So I grabbed it. I tried printing a slug. It did not work well. Well, it looks beautiful, but it's all fused. The individual petals. I got a couple of the ones up front freed up, and then I started breaking it. But yeah, so I'm gonna print it at 150% scale to increase the gapping for those things, because all the ones I've seen anyway are bigger than this. So looks like most people are printing it bigger. So this is probably the video card. I obviously can't afford a new video card, and this thing's not going to run a new video card because it doesn't have power for it. But this is an old Quattro M2000 or M2200. So it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it'll has 4 video outputs. So I can connect 4 monitors to this, in theory. Hello, Ronald. So it's got for $100. Can't complain. 'Tis a good deal. I don't need to play games. I just need to be able to, that was weird, run multiple display panels at the same time. Because I'd like to have 3 monitors hooked up to this. There it is, NVIDIA Quadro. Oh, I see. Here's the heat sink, and so it's got 4 DisplayPort ports on there to connect to 4 different outputs. And from Vince, I got cables. So I got DisplayPort cables, and I have HDMI to DisplayPort cables, so no adapter needed. The adapter's built into the cable. Well, that's just it. The first thing I do is I disable TPM. I don't want TPM on my computer. I will trust my computer. I don't need you telling me my computer's trustworthy. So there we go. I got a 4. The big thing is I wanted something with a decent amount of RAM, because that comes in handy when you're doing like Photoshop and video editing and stuff like that, having video memory. So that's got 4 gigabytes of onboard RAM, so it won't use up the RAM in the PC. Yeah. Although I heard that Windows 11 has a way of running Android apps natively. That's kind of interesting. Especially if people are coming out with hacked copies of Windows 11 where they strip out all the bullcrap. No, not enough time. I don't want to put, an hour into the laser just to not give it any kind of justice, because I got to go visit Michelle today. This is the first day where they're going to let me come and visit, because she's still they still haven't gotten her a room yet. She's still just sitting in a bed in the hallway in the ER, and they don't want people just, running through the ER, so they told me I can come visit today. They said, come around 2 o'clock. Can't leave what? Yeah, a laser, of course. Well, you can't leave it running unattended. But I've never run a laser operation that takes more than a few minutes. Exactly. That's exactly why it worries me so much. People say, well, they've backed off of that requirement now. Yeah, for now. Until you get a friendly little update that takes control of your computer. Why isn't this a violation of the federal computer access and hacking laws? Because you're compelled to agree to it via a license that nobody reads? That shouldn't excuse you from the anti-hacking laws. Because ultimately it's unlawful access to a computer system. Oh, Michelle. She was really sick for last week. We thought it was just flu, but when she went to the doctors, her O2 levels were down in like the 60s and 70s, and he was really worried about that. So we called an ambulance, and she has blood clots. They did a CT scan, and they found blood clots in her leg. That's why her leg was hurting. And in her lungs, that's why she was having trouble breathing. So they're working on getting rid of those clots now. Well, you know, stopping malware is fine, and go ahead. Do it again. See what I do to you. Seriously? You're just going to do it again while I just said not to do it? Go ahead. Yeah, you know what yeah, you know better. Uh-huh. You know I'm about to bean you in the head with a bottle. Even after it's dead, this cat loves going after this plant. Get down. Get down. Crazy cat. Like hell. That's why Windows 10 doesn't run on any of my computers until after I've eviscerated Windows Update. Cats don't hate water. Do you hate water? Do you hate going swimming? Okay. Or do you hate when I spray you in the face with water? Exactly. They don't hate water. They hate getting sprayed. Just like any of us doesn't like getting sprayed. But many cats, once they break the association with spray and water, tend to enjoy water. This is nice. I like that. And this is the keyboard. Yeah, it feels nice. Feels nice. It's metal. You know, I got this. These things sell for like $200. I got it for quite a bit less because it's missing 2 keys. And you see guys selling the keys on eBay for like $3.50 each plus shipping. Oh, I got a whole set of keys for $20. So I can just take the keys I need out of here. It's actually it's spay and neuter. Hey, Steven. So what is all this? Mechanical keyboard stabilizers. What does that mean? I have no idea what a mechanical keyboard stabilizer is. It's like these clips. Optical keyboard stabilizer. Oh, is it that piece right there in the middle? Well, it looks like the only broken one is the caps lock, which I don't care about. So I can ignore that. I just gotta find the A key. There it is. Now these just pop on. Yep. There you go. Fixed. I wonder if the caps will fit on there. Oh, really? You finally found one without paying it up the butt for it? Yeah, it's not going to stay. Yeah, it's all wobbly. That's all wibbly wobbly. I guess it's technically on there, but the cat will figure out that that comes off real fast. So it looks like that purple thing. Oh, that's the actual key press thingy. Oh, I see. The little stem in the middle. Can I get that little stem out? I don't know if that comes out or not. Okay, there's the stabilizer bar. So I guess the question is, does this come out? I actually don't know. Now that feels like it's part of this. So I don't know if it's possible to repair that or not. Thankfully, it's a key that I don't use. So now I have spares for all of my keys. So I'll have to see if I can learn how to take this apart, like see if it's this little purple part here that's broken. You can see it's missing the other half of this, and it's missing the stem in the middle that engages the key. Now that's a key I don't use, so it's not like super critical. Interesting. I think these are the parts to repair it. Maybe. I'm not sure. So that might be pieces to repair it. I don't know. I like the Razer Quartz line of stuff. So I got the Quartz mouse and the Quartz keyboard and the Quartz headset. So I just like it. It's got a built-in wrap. That's kind of cool. So now I gotta unplug this keyboard and plug in the new keyboard. Of course, the resin bottle leaked a little bit. Of course it did. Actually, pink used to be a masculine color. It wasn't until World War II. Nope, never found the key. Had to go pay the $108 to have a new one made. So now I'm going to scan that bitch and 3D print some copies. Oddly enough, these high security keys should be more 3D printable. So as you can see, it's a channel in the middle of the key, and then you see the beginning of the bitting there. And so that bitting continues along here, and it's symmetrical on both sides. So if I can get a high enough quality scan of the Hey 3D Medic. I should be able to make a 3D print of this, like print it in resin. Hell, even non-resin printing, FDM printing, I bet will work for this. So it'll be interesting to try. Even as a one-time use spare, you know, just to get into the car, for example. Hello, red light. Come here. Yeah, I gotta move you. I need to get over here. Of course, I'm making a mess. What else is new? As if that would be new. I got so angry with this keyboard that I ended up taking my knife and ripping out that goddamn settings button, because I would go to whack the freaking well, that's why you got to be careful, of course. But I'd go to hit the backspace key, and I always end up hitting that freaking settings key, which would invoke a new window, which would cover up everything you were doing, and it made me mad. Like, I wanted to bite something. Come on. Do you have to mess with me every step of the way? There it is. Get rid of that piece of trash. Yeah, actually, it would be pretty good for the desert. There's a lot of pinks out here. Well, if anybody has a problem with my color choices, I just remind them I eat people. And that usually finishes off that problem real quick. Hey, it does light up. It looks pretty good, too. That's the other thing I wanted, is I wanted an illuminated keyboard. So this one lights up. I don't want the Razer software. Boy, every time I plug it in the USB port for the damn Razer stuff, it wants me to install the Razer software. Why did it change to green? I don't want it green. Oh, it's changing color. So now it's going to cyan. So how do I change the color? Function. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, these keys aren't the same as the originals. Look how the A is lighting up different than the S. So the A is slightly changing the color of the key. You can see it's a little more red. And also the top half of the key is glowing through, while the top half of the original keys is more opaque. So that means these are not original keys. This set of keys that I got are not original keys. They are aftermarket keys. And they are not as good. Interesting. I'm not even going to install the Razer software because, I mean, besides, I'd prefer them to simply be white. Is there a way I can do that? Oh, that's interesting. When you press function, just the function keys light up. Well, isn't that interesting? So is there a way to change the color of the keys on the keyboard? I could change the brightness so I can make them brighter or dimmer. Volume control works, but how do I change the color? Right now it's cycling through color. Well, I love the headset so far. I have the Quartz Kitty Edition headset, and I love it. So far, I'm very pleased by the headset, and the mouse is working great. I actually found the mouse actually has a magnet in it. It actually has a slight adhesion to my. I can feel the magnet pulling itself toward my desk. That actually gives it a decent amount of drag, especially on the leather mouse pad. But the only thing I don't like is light, very very light. This is the which one is this? I think it's the Viper. I can't read that. Hello, Craig from Detroit.
The money to mount a legal case.
Come on. Let's see. Yeah, Razer Viper, I think it says. Yeah, Razer Viper Ultimate. Whatever that means. I've never actually used the volume control. This is the Bluetooth one, so I control volume from the PC. And so far, the leather pads are holding up good. It's been about, what, 4 months now? And I wear this for, 5-6 hours at a time. And so far, I'm impressed. I mean, it's nice and comfortable. It actually fits my giant head, which is amazing, because a lot of times I have trouble with things fitting my big head. And it's comfortable. It's big enough that it goes around my ears without squishing my ear. I can't stand it when headphones sit on top of my ears. Just very, very uncomfortable. And so far, the reviews on the keyboard have been good. That's one of the reasons I picked it. Very heavy keyboard. And now the only thing I don't like about these is that they're more headphones than headset, so they're very sound isolating, and which is great for music, but not as good for talking. You want a little more ambient sound when you're talking. And I got to 3D print a little hook so I can hang them up right here on the side of the case. I wish they were USB-C. Sadly, they're not. They're micro USB, but I know. I love the ears. The little meow wow. I love the little kitty ears. I don't want the other ones that have the strap-on ears. I want the ones with the built-in ears. And this has the built-in ears. They do make a PC 7.1 headset for this. That, the same Quartz Kitty Edition, but, I don't have the money. Well, when you, well, here's an example. In the early days of phones, they had a problem. Well, no, I'm USB-C for charging. These are rechargeable. And I would prefer a USB-C port for recharging. Not the connection to the PC. I expect that to be normal USB. But I mean for the Bluetooth ones. They found out that one of the reasons people were yelling into phones was they couldn't hear themselves. So the way they stop people from yelling into the phones, you can actually test this on if you have a landline phone still, you can test this. And the cell phones also do it, but it's harder to test. Some of the audio of you talking is fed back into the headset. So that you're hearing a little bit of your own volume. Because what happens is you base your volume on you talking, and the ambient noise around you and how much of your own voice you can hear. Your own voice into your own ears provides you with a feedback loop for how loud to talk. And the problem is when you put a phone over your ear, you can't hear yourself as well because you're hearing the sound coming out of the headset. And so people just by natural instinct begin to talk louder. Can you hear me? And they found out that by feeding a little bit of the audio of you talking back into your headset, it provides your brain with the feedback you need and you don't yell. And then when they forgot that, they actually forgot that for the first few iterations of cell phones, and then they had to re-implement it because they forgot to do it. But, oh man, I started printing the hooks last week. They're looking good. I have no problems with them. The double hook version, the last modification that I made was to put the little curve in here. And that little curve made all the difference. Now they don't break when I pull on them here. I mean, I'm pulling pretty hard on that, and it's not giving me any indication of breaking. While the other ones, it didn't take much, and it would snap right there. So just having that little curve, that little radius there, instead of a hard, 30-degree angle, 60-degree angle, solved the problem. Like this one. You see how that one has a hard angle? Now it has a radius. Much, much stronger. No, you're talking louder because of the natural feedback system built into your brain. Not Hello Kitty, it's just Kitty Edition. They actually do have a Hello Kitty version of this. It's white with the ears and the little pink bow. That's the actual official Hello Kitty version. This is just Kitty Edition. But they have a whole line of the quartz colored stuff, and I like it. So, I originally was going to get one of these for $50 off of Facebook Marketplace, but the day I was supposed to meet the guy, he flaked out. I'm guessing that he looked it up on eBay, saw it was worth $200, and said, "Fuck him! I'm not giving him $50." Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard that it makes it difficult for you to talk. Hey, I'm pissed off. I got my shot and no 5G antenna. I mean, I was hoping for that free 5G, man. I was going to hack that shit and hook it up to my cell phone. So now I should have everything I need to upgrade this. So I got the new keyboard, I got the new mouse, got the headset, I got the USB card, I got the video card. So I got the Quattro video card, I got all the HDMI and DVI cables, I got the dual monitor mount. A TiVo Little Monster? Is that the big giant Delta? For 180 pounds? That sounds like a hell of a deal. That's what I mean. No 5G. No antenna. I was pissed. Not yet. I'll fart at some point. He has, though. But, see, now that's annoying that I can tell that that one letter is lighting up a different color. That's really annoying. I'm going to have to cover up this one LED for the caps lock key. That's annoying. Light it! Light it! Always light it! Your fart is flammable, though. People have tested that. They farted into soapy water in a bathtub so it formed bubbles, and they lit them, and they burned. Why, thank you, GBT. I appreciate that. Just remember, we're sociopathic cannibals here in the U.S. How the hell did you get up there? look at the cat up there. Why the hell can't I point to him? There he is. Right there. I know he's a troll. He's obviously a troll. His screen name is God Bless Taliban. It's obviously a troll account. I also got a big thing of black pepper. So what is it, 8 ounces, I think? Yeah. So I got 8 ounces of black pepper. I was like, hell yeah. I never pass up free food. Yeah, this one loves climbing. He's all about the climbing. Oh, I finally got Michelle a mattress too. It's a memory foam mattress. It's not like a spring mattress, which is a pity, but yes. No, I still have the Surmoon, and I do like it. I just wish it was fully enclosed. Nah, he's fine. As long as he's being civilized, he's fine. Let's see, any food items available? Frosted sugar cookie dog treats, mulberry tea, organic jasmine green tea. I have no idea why they chose that room. I don't know. They're not doing it anymore, obviously. Well, they haven't done it in a while because the urine that's on there is very old. It's so old it doesn't stink anymore. Like, it doesn't smell at all. Yet, it's crusted on there. So, it was a while ago that they were doing that. I don't know why. Yeah, that's from Vince. All food items are 0 ETV, so they're truly free. So, yeah, we like food items. I got some real nice expensive honey. Some real excited. It's $27 a pound for this honey. Yeah, well, it better taste really good. And I also got some supposedly real nice olive oil. Yeah, mattresses from Vince. Actually, I can show that to you. I don't know how good it is. We'll find out. I guess I could show you the stuff that I got recently. I got a $400 filter kit for my camera. I was like, damn, $400 is a lot of money. Well, like I said, it's I know the latest pick session just occurred where they added people and removed people. I think they do it every 6 months. I got a few more puzzles too. I got some tires for my mountain bike. I was like, hell yeah. So, let's go over the crap I got. Hey, I didn't ask you to do that. So I got this, okay, it's not showing anything I shouldn't show. Okay. I got another one of these burlap flags. Oops, I can't click there. I gotta click here. I love these flags. I have a flag holder out front that holds them. Come on. Yeah, move you up here. So I love these little burlap flags. That's that classic Hallmark red truck. I got this neat little waterproof aluminum lightweight folding table. This seems like something that'll be neat to keep in the Kia for when I go to a rocket launch or something like that. Have a little table. It's small enough that you can just leave it in the car. Some more titanium cups, 450 and 300 milliliters, and they fit inside of each other. I'm hoping the two of these will fit inside the 750 I got, so I can stack all three together. That'd be pretty cool. Where is that? I just had it right here. I don't know where it's at. So, yeah, and it's the kind of thing that I would never buy because I don't have that kind of money to blow on 2 cups. But when you're getting it for nothing, I have lots of titanium now. This was cool. Look at how many outlets it has, and every one of them has a switch. Where this is going to come in handy is for all of my rechargeable batteries, for all my power tools. So I have like 7 different kinds of chargers and batteries. So I could plug each one into its own outlet and then turn them all off and only turn on the ones I need. That'll reduce the vampire load, you know, that little bit of power that each one consumes. So I thought that was pretty slick. Again, I would never spend $60 on something like that because I just don't have it. But when you get it for free, you know. Another solar panel, a 60-watt solar panel. So this would be good for charging up my little boxes. Here's the batteries I got her. I couldn't get her a 12-inch. For some reason it wouldn't let me pick the 12-inch, so I had to get the 10-inch. So it's supposed to be medium firm. So whatever you call that, it's supposed to be medium firm. So I'm hoping it's firm enough for her. But she needs a new mattress, so it'd be nice to have her a new mattress. I got a GMRS base station mobile radio rig, and I also got an antenna. So we'll be able to do some long range, you know, because she can use GMRS, but she's not allowed to use ham radio. You aren't going to use that for all your 3D printer? No. 120 amp outlet is good for like 4 printers. Because 4 large printers with heat beds is going to consume between 1200 and 1600 watts. And the outlet is rated for 20, amps. Well, no, watts. While a 20 amp outlet's rated for 2000 watts, and you really don't want to go past 1600, 80% continuously. So it's good for about 4 printers. This I thought was kind of cool. I actually have one already, and it actually does work, except this one has helicopter recovery. So it's a rocket that's electric. So the battery inside runs the motor for X number of seconds, and so it climbs until the timer cuts. Then it cuts the power, and then the blades fold out, and it comes down like a helicopter. Do they show a picture of that? No, they don't. There it is. Yes, I have the GMRS license. You just pay a fee. It's $25 and you're good. This is a review program that we're not allowed to mention the name of. We're not supposed to talk about it. But you can figure out what it is. It's an official Amazon review program. It won't take you long to Google that. It is pure RNG. So, you know, you can't ask to be into it. You can't go on a waiting list. It's not how it works. It's just pure RNG. They just out of the blue will ask you. And if you say yes, you're in. So these are all things that I've gotten off this program over the last week. This is the $400 lens kit. It's magnetic. So once you screw on the adapter, the lens attaches magnetically, which is pretty cool. And it's adjustable ND and adjustable CPL filters, which I just thought was really freaking hot. Nice! N3 Yankee Echo Zulu. That's my ham call sign. Now this I'm going to use in the hallway here. So the problem we have in the hallway is that there's a switch to turn the light on, but when you get to your bedroom, you can't turn the light off. And when you come out of your bedroom, you can't turn the light on. So this, you plug this gadget here into the light in the ceiling. You turn the switch on and you leave the switch on. Then you have these two switches that actually don't require any power. No problem, Mark. It's a very nice program to be in. But if you don't run your own business, be careful about taxes. So these switches are piezoelectric. There's a little piezoelectric generator. So when you press the button, it momentarily generates a pulse of power. Just enough power to send out the wireless signal that transmits to this. So these switches don't require batteries. So the cool thing is, because these switches are battery free and wire free, I could make a three-way outlet. I could make a three-way light. I could put one switch down here and one switch down by the bedrooms, so that when they come out of the room, they could turn the light on or off, and when they leave the hallway, they could turn the light on or off. Very, very cool. And it also works with smart things, so I can wirelessly control it. I can program it, schedule it, whatever I want from my phone. So it's very, very nice. And not too horrible price. It's not a great price, but it's not horrible, really, as far as smart switches go. Here's the antenna. Apparently, it's also adjustable. You can plug that plug into these different ports to tune the length of the antenna. Yeah, exactly. So I can make any light into a three-way light, to a three-way switch, which is freaking awesome. So that's a little ham radio antenna. That'll come in handy. These are great. These are little, they're supposed to be USB-C. I'm pretty sure these are USB-C. So it's a headband light. And the way that works is you have a regular spotlight here, and you have the broad light here, this part up here. That's a cob array that wraps around your head. USB-C charged, and it has a motion sensor on the side. So you just do that and to turn it on and off. It's very, very handy, especially in the cold when you have gloves. You know, good luck getting your finger on those buttons in the cold. So the motion sensing is really cool. I got a free gallon of antifreeze. Hell yeah, I'll take it. Actually 2 gallons, because that's concentrated, so you 50-50 split it with water. I got some landing skids and some float landers for my Mavic Mini. Like, that's just cool. Now, if I can actually get a Japanese battery, I would still be under 200 grams with these attached. I just need to get a hold of a Japanese battery. The Japanese batteries are 50 grams lighter, so yes, they have less capacity as well. You'll get like 15 minutes of flying time instead of 22 minutes, but still plenty of time. But if I can get a hold of the Japanese Mavic Mini battery, then I could add things like the strobe light landing skids and the floats and stuff like that without breaking the 200 gram limit, 250 gram limit. Because the reason they had to make the battery 50 grams lighter is because in Japan the limit is 200 grams. So that's pretty cool. Got some more VHB tape, 3M VHB tape. I actually need this to put the rain guard back on my car. One of the rain guards came off, and this is how you attach it with the VHB tape. I got some egg and pancake rings for the griddle, so I'll play with those and see how they work. What I want is an egg ring that's a square the shape of toast. So I can drop a single egg in there and have it be the size of the bread. That's what I want. I want an egg ring the size of the bread. And you can't 3D print that because you can't put a 3D print on a grill. I finally got Michelle a towel warmer. I've had a towel warmer for over a year in my bathroom, and in the wintertime, let me tell you, that towel warmer is amazing. I mean, I like the hotel quality towels, not motel towels, but the big, oh yeah, metal printer could do it. the big, name brand hotels, Hilton, Marriott, they have those really nice heavy towels in the bathroom. And yep, I already have rings for the homemade McMuffins. I actually only got that set because it had the pancake ones. I already have the little ones. And yes, I do that. I make my own round eggs. And I actually stopped using the rings. Now I use, let me see if I can find one to show you. Actually, it'd probably be in my order history. Well, I got some of the Hilton hotel style towels, really big, really heavy, thick, nice rough texture to dry you off good. Here we go. These. So I have two of these, and these actually work on an induction cooktop. So you just drop an egg into each one, pop the yolk, and let it cook up. And then I freeze them, and that allows me to make my own egg McMuffins. I put 4 of them in a vacuum bag, and I vacuum seal it, and I put that in the freezer. Keeps it from getting freezer burn. But that's what I use. What annoys me is, well, I bought this in May of 2020. Of course, now there's one available from Vince. Of course there is. But I absolutely, this does not work on thin towels. They let go of the heat too quickly. But if you have those nice, super thick, really heavy, like they weigh 3 or 4 pounds each, like they're heavy. If you have those real heavy hotel quality towels, these towel warmers are the cat's meow. It's just, it feels so good to put that hot towel on you when you're drying off. So I made the decision that if I ever saw another one, I was getting one for Michelle. So I might even try painting it. Spray paint it pink. I've got some pink. I got some pink Krylon Fusion. So I might try painting it pink. Oh, here's the outlets I was telling you about. I can't find these specific outlets anymore either, which is really annoying. I got a bunch of them, but these are the little smart outlets that I use. So not only do these let you turn things on and off, but they record power consumption. So you can see how much power. I have them plugged into a whole bunch of things, not because I want to turn them on and off. I don't even care about turning them on and off. I just care about being able to record how much power they're consuming over time, so I can figure out where my power is going. But so yeah, I got Michelle a towel warmer. I got a pair of tires for my bike. I was like, hell yeah, free pair of tires, I'll take that. Now this is interesting. I've always wanted to mess with one of these. I do not think these are economically viable. I don't think they're ever going to be economically viable. You can get much, much cheaper ones. Like they have one, I might grab it. It's 60 bucks. So it might be interesting to grab that one too, to compare that to this. It has 8 slots to grow things out of. This thing is $280. Now, I can ignore the $280 because I'm getting it for nothing. But your average consumer can't ignore the $280. They have to factor that in. It also costs about $5 a month in electricity to run per month, so that's $60 a year in electricity. And you also need the nutrient solution to feed it, because the way a hydroponic system works is you have to provide the nutrients, the minerals, in the water. I also have to factor in water costs. I can't use tap water, so I have to buy the water to use in this. That's 15 cents a gallon. I figure if it uses a 5-gallon jug a month, that's $1.50 a month for water, $5 a month for electricity. Call it $15 a year, so $1.25 a month for the mineral solution. You're looking at a monthly cost of $7.75. So call it $8. So you're looking at a monthly, not even counting the cost of the unit itself, just the operating costs, $8 a month to run this thing, plus the seeds. I don't know if you can use regular seeds, or do you have to buy the special seeds that this thing runs on. Can regular seeds be grown like that? I have hard water, very, 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 very hard water. The little electric pump in this would be dead in 1 week. 1 week, the little electric pump in that would be dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Dry nutrients would make more sense. If you have any links for where I can get that solution, especially on Amazon, please send it to me, because I don't know what to look for. You know, what's the right thing to buy? So the question is, can this produce $8 worth of vegetables a month? Can this produce $8 worth of lettuce and basil per month? I mean, especially if I buy butter lettuce, which is $3 a head. So that's and that's actually that's hydroponically grown. It's like $3.26 a head. So can this even produce that much in a month? I don't know. I really don't know. Now the one thing now if it was just, you know, seeds to plant, this would never work. I think it takes 60 days to get a head of lettuce. But okay, rock wool. Yeah, I know it's not regular insulation rock wool either. It's a different kind of rock wool. Nice. I love basil. Oh man, do I love basil. Now basil is a little more equitable because the cost of fresh basil is actually pretty high. Well, the whole point about the hydroponics is that they grow faster and you can keep it indoors. Now, I did wonder about that. Lettuce is 30 to 45 days to harvest. Now, here's the question. I heard that you can harvest the outer leaves as they come in and it will keep growing. How many times can you do that? And how long does the regrow take? I assume the regrow is a little shorter in time than the full-on seed to harvest. So I question whether or not this can produce enough to pay for itself. Yeah, I know, it's 11:40. So we got another, 40, 45 minutes before I gotta leave. Now, the other interesting thing is, hydroponics might be viable if you build your own. Like, I've seen those tower hydroponic systems. It's a big plastic tube tower with lights hanging on the sides. I've seen those. See, the thing is, the cost to run these things is nutrients and electricity and water. But if I can grow 20 plants instead of 8 plants, it's going to take the same amount of lighting electricity and the same amount of pumping electricity. So my operating costs are going to stay the same, although the water usage and nutrient usage will go up slightly, but that's going to be negligible. The big thing is the electricity. The nutrient and water consumption might go up 25%, but the electricity consumption should stay the same. If I can keep the electricity consumption the same and scale up the hydro garden, that becomes far more equitable. Because you'll get, 20 heads of lettuce in 45 days instead of 8. 20 heads of lettuce is $60 in lettuce. And ideally, if you stagger them, because you're growing hydroponics, you don't need to time this stuff the same way. I can put in, 5 heads of lettuce, then wait a week. Put in another 5 heads of lettuce, then wait a week. Put in another 5 heads of lettuce, then wait a week, and put in another 5 heads of lettuce. This way, I can cycle through the heads of lettuce as they come to harvest, and so that by the time I get to harvesting set number 4, set number 1 should be ready to harvest the next week. And that would give me a continuous supply of, for example, butterhead lettuce and basil and stuff like that, and thyme and whatever else you can grow in these kinds of things. So this one here is not going to be economically viable. If you amortize the cost of the materials, now for herbs it makes sense because herbs are expensive. Fresh herbs are actually pretty darn expensive. This thing might even be able to recover its cost for herbs. Like what does let's see, where is it at? And I also got another thermal camera. This one actually has a resolution of 256 by 192. And I got a Stanley pitcher and tumbler set. I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, let's check this out. Because I live in the mountains of New Mexico, it's very unfriendly to growing. You know, just the cost of bringing in enough soil is going to cost me a small fortune. I plan to do that. Yeah, exactly. Vertical seems like the best way to go. So here you can see, here's 0.75 ounces of live basil, and it's $2. You know, that's probably, I could probably get triple that out of one plant. So each plant would get me $6 worth of basil each time I harvest. So as you can see, doing this kind of stuff would pay itself off much, much faster. While doing, for example, iceberg lettuce makes no sense. I can buy iceberg lettuce for $1 to $2 a head, and it's a whole big giant head. So iceberg lettuce doesn't make sense. But once you start doing things like spring mix and butterhead lettuce and stuff like that, that costs significantly more at the store, then it starts to make more sense. But not in this configuration. Because let's say I give myself 2 years to pay back. So this thing is going to consume $8 a month. That's $96. See you later, Knack. Thank you for joining in. So $96 plus $96 plus $280. That's $472 divided by 24. So can this thing make me 20 bucks in veggies a month? No, I don't think so. Maybe it can make me 20 bucks a month in microgreens and herbs. That makes sense. But now, what if I build my own unit? Say I build it for 100 bucks. Oh, interesting. Yeah, he comes in all the time. I would kill to have one of his white knights. No, well, as a home user though, the point is you can grow things that cost more money. Let's see if he's still here. So for example, me growing butterhead lettuce, which is my preferred. I love butter lettuce. It's so good. It's $3.50 a head. So this thing grows 8. Let's say I get 8 every 2 months. So that's 6 times 8. That's 48 heads of lettuce a year. Times 2 for 2 years, that's 96 heads of lettuce. Times 3.5 is 336. Still not quite enough to pay for itself. But it probably would pay for itself after year 3. So if we do divide by 2 times 3. Nope, that was wrong. Oh, I did multiply. 336 divided by 2 times 3. That's $504 after 3 years. Well, we are. That's why we're doing 2 months. It should take 45 days to go to harvest, and reharvest should be faster. So I'm just doing a flat 60 days because that will account for failures. Well, I might be able to do that soon here, maybe. Your question came out of the blue, Brother John. That doesn't even make sense compared to your last quote, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I agree. It's interesting. I would like to have both. I would love to have a belt printer that does sequential, meaning the gantry is vertical. Exactly. You'd be better off building your own setup. But remember, I'm getting this for free, so for me this works. But when I do a review on this, I have to factor in if I bought it. Well, the infinite printing is what people wanted, and I actually do need the infinite printing too, because I want to print gutters, and to print rain gutters, I'd like to print 10-foot sections. And in theory, once I have my roller bed set up, I could print 30-foot sections in one go, in theory. So $504, and we've determined that it is $96 a year. That's 90. Why did it do that? 288 plus 280 is 568. So after year 3, it'll begin to pay for itself. Because I can't afford to buy gutters, but I can afford to print gutters. Now, normally, printing gutters would cost more money than buying gutters. But it just so happens I have 700 rolls of filament that cost me $3 or $4 a roll. So, I already have the plastic, so I'm going to print them. That's why. If I didn't already have the plastic, yes, absolutely, buying it would make more sense. But I already have the plastic, so the only thing it's going to cost me is electricity. Now, what about one of the $60 AeroGardens? Well, that's the interesting thing. The electrical consumption is about the same. There's not much difference in electrical consumption. So let's say it's $80 a year instead of $96 a year. So you have 80 plus the $60 for the machine. That's $140. Now it only has room. Exactly. That's one of the problems I have. So my solution to this is to put in raised gardens. So I have a whole bunch of these. Where are they at? Really? All this showed up under garden. Wow. Here we go. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got these. So I have like 5 of these. Actually, I have a bunch of these too. I think I have 1 of these and I have 4 of these when it gets around to loading. Yeah, so I have 4 of these and I have 1 of these. I also have 1 of these for the vine stuff. I also got 1 of these, and I also got 2 of these little greenhouses. I got all this off of Vince. I also got a couple of these, and I also got let's see here. I also got, well, I don't see it here, but I got these things that are, they're not made to be sun sails. They're actually, you can go through them. They're 40 to 70% sun blockers. So they're called sunshades, or sunshades. These are called shade sails, but the ones I got are actually sunshades. They're black polyethylene netting, and it blocks a portion of the sunlight. So the plan is I want to set up rows of these on the back side of my house right here, and then I'm going to set up the sunshade over top of them. That sunshade will keep the harsh sunlight from destroying them. It'll reduce the amount of sunlight they get, so the plants won't burn. I also got irrigation kits. So I got these irrigation kits here to allow me to set up automated watering for the plants. So I hook up a water spigot right off the water heater, the cold side, of course, and I'll probably have to replace it every now and then, so I'm going to stock up on them whenever I see them, because the hard water is probably going to kill them over time. But I figure if I can get 1 year out of each one, I'm okay with that. So basically it's a water timer for watering your lawn. So what I'll do is I'll program it like 3 times a day to turn on for 5 minutes and just mist the plants to keep them all moist, because otherwise they'll dry the hell out. And because I live at 7,000 feet where it's, you know, the sun is brutal. So I'm hoping that'll allow me to do some outdoor gardening. I'm also hoping, let's see if I can find a picture of it. What are you doing, you weirdo? He's trying to crawl in this box. So I saw this kind of a setup here. This kind of a thing is what I'm hoping to work on building. From what I understand, hard water shouldn't kill the plants. It's just calcium. So the hard water, as long as the pH is neutral, hard water should be okay for the plants. It's the problem with hard water is not the plants. The plants are fine with hard water. The problem with the hard water is the pumps. The pumps don't like the hard water. It destroys the little micro pumps. So my plan is to build this kind of a setup. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 28 plants on this thing. So 28 plants using the same $60 of electricity per year. Oh, I didn't know that. So you're telling me I might not be able to water the plants outside with tap water? I can't plant outside with bottled water. It's too expensive. You know, 15 cents a gallon works inside, but 15 cents a gallon does not work outside. Because it'll evaporate so quickly in this environment, I'll be pouring gallons a day onto the garden. We don't get enough rain. I live in the desert. We don't get that much rain. We get 12 inches a year. That's including snowfall. So I do not get enough rainwater per year. Well, plants in nature are not using the water from the aquifers. Plants in nature are using rainwater, which is why we don't have a ton of green out front here. Well, the whole point of gutters is to capture rainwater. You got to remember, I have a lot of roof area. The roof of this house is 1,440 square feet. The roof of the front carport is 500 square feet. The back carport is 400 square feet. And the 3 containers combined is 990 square feet. So that's 2,500, that's 3,500 square feet of roof area that I can capture rainwater off of. I would basically have to capture all of my rainwater in July and August. Well, no, they don't, Michael. That's why we don't have plants. That's why the only thing growing in my yard is, you know, this tall wheat-like weed grass and pinon trees. Things that are drought tolerant. The reason we have so much green this year is because we got an unusually large amount of rainfall this year. But typically, we don't have green in our grass in our yards because we don't have enough rainwater. I did not know I would not be able to use the hard water to water the plants. Ooh, that hurts. I was really hoping to do some gardening. But I don't know if I can afford it if I have to buy the water. I mean, that's a lot of money. I can't even buy hauled water because that's just tap water. It's hard water. I mean, it's the same hard water I get out of my tap. Well, and I assume salt-laced water would also kill the plants, so I can't use a water softener. I assume if I were to use a water softener that now the salt concentration in the water would be bad for the plants. Neighbors got the same water. Yeah, rainwater is basically pure. Actually, it's usually soft. Rainwater is usually on the soft side. What about things like basil and lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers? Damn it, I didn't know that. That's really annoying. Yeah, but if it's going to kill the plants, it doesn't matter. I mean, tap water is basically free. So as long as the water is pH neutral, the hard water will be okay? It says it's okay to use hard water on plants. It says gardens with diverse or delicate plant life. Okay, so what happens is the same scaling that happens on the the same scaling that happens on like your pots and pans and stuff like that from the hard water will eventually the scale will eventually form on the soil and the roots of the plant, and it will repel water. So it'll make it harder for them to get to the water. Really? Really? Get down! I said get down. Get down! Huh. So I guess it depends on if it happens faster than one season, because you're growing new seeds every year. So as long as it happens slower than a season, you're okay. And I do plan to do composting to enhance, because I know you have to replenish soil. You have to feed the soil because it becomes depleted. You know, you got to keep adding fertilizer and nutrients to the soil. I know you have to do that. Yeah, I do definitely have a lot of sun. See, I'm eventually one of the reasons I'm interested in the hydroponics is year-round growing. And that $60 a year for electricity, I can reduce that by a lot. Because the moment it stays above, 50 degrees outside, I can just move the whole hydroponics outside and not use the light anymore. Let the sun feed them. And then once it starts getting cooler at night, bring it back indoors, and then I have to use the artificial lighting. Yeah, but the cactus has to get the water from somewhere, which is why they take so long to grow. Would you click on the end of the goddamn link? Jesus. Why'd you do that? Oh, why did it insert the goddamn space where I didn't want one? Okay, I would definitely watch that if I just play.
Welcome back to Who Chose.
Huh, that's weird.
Today on Who Chose, we're going to build.
There we go. That'll put it in my watch history so I can see it. Now that it's in my watch history, I can go back and watch it. And, well, part of my mistake is I really needed to do all this planter setup now so that I can start the moment it gets warm enough in the spring, and I didn't. So I have to do it all in the spring, which is going to dramatically shorten my grow season. Because our grow season is basically, I guess, end of March. So April, May, June, July, August. So we get 5 months to really grow. You might be able to get a little bit into September, but in September we already get sub-zero evenings sometimes. Not sub-zero, sub-freezing. We sometimes get below freezing in the evening in September. So that's our first frost can happen in September. Definitely in October, no question. But huh. That's kind of cool. That costs a lot. I mean, obviously, yes. I mean, with money, I could do all kinds of things. And in theory, my electrical costs will be close to zero because I already have solar panels and I already have batteries and charge controllers, and these things don't take a lot of power. They take, let's see, the one unit is 40, I think it was 40 watts, but I don't think it's 40 watts continuous. Well, the lights might be 40 watts continuous. The lights will take a lot of power. But let's say it's, let's call it 30 watts around the clock. So 12 hours I need power. 12, I guess it would help if I click the calculator. So 12 times 30, that's wrong. 12 times 30. That's 360 watt hours. That's actually a lot of power. If I use 16 amp hour batteries, 16 times 12.8, that's 200. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's plenty then. And then times that by 4, that's 819 watt hours. That's plenty. So that will be enough to run it continuously for 3 days without solar power. So if I hook solar panels that produce twice my daytime usage to that battery array through a charge controller, I can run the whole thing off of solar power. No, I'm talking about for indoors, for the indoor hydroponics, because I'd like to grow year round. For the outdoor, yes, I'm definitely going to watch that video. And that I can still, that is even easier. I can direct solar power it. It wouldn't even need, actually his doesn't need power at all. If it uses a float, then no power at all is needed. Pretty good, Sean. So that's interesting. And, you know, whatever parts I can't get off Vince, I can 3D print. You know, I wonder if I can use the raised gardens. Put a plastic liner on the bottom to retain the water. Maybe mulch the top for moisture retention. And then use his system for or just put pots in the planters. Like he do what he's doing, but put the pots in the planters. Now that's interesting. Yeah, but he's not that arid. He's got plenty of trees there. So he's not desert. He's got grass and he's got trees, so he's not as arid as you think. What's a deep water culture? See, in the beginning, what I want to grow is I want to grow basil, I want to grow lettuce, I want to grow tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. Those are the things that I eat the most of. So for me, power shouldn't be a problem since I have plenty of batteries. I literally have dozens of these. These are lithium iron phosphate batteries. Even this one here, this is an 8 amp hour. That's 96 watt hours. 4 of these would be 360, 384 watt hours. That's more than enough to run one of these setups indoors. That's the whole point, yes, with the water wicking. That's what's fascinating me, because right now the humidity is 20%. It's always 20%. I mean, pretty much year round our humidity is 20%, which is very, very dry. And that's indoors. Indoors is 20%. Outdoors is also 20%. Although these gauges get unreliable at the low numbers. Humidity gauges are bad at recording less than 30%. So it could be 25%, it could be 10%. The gauges don't work as well at low percentages. I just think it would be nice. I think it would be nice to grow my own stuff. You know, I don't think I could ever grow enough to live on. I don't have the resources for that. You know, people underestimate, you know, how much you need. For example, I believe you need, if I remember right, well, hydroponics could reduce this, but in like regular gardening, and this is where you are actively gardening, meaning you're being a farmer here. You're doing this as full-time work. You need 1 acre per person. So Michelle and I would need 2 acres of garden in order to actually feed ourselves off of it. So I'm not looking to do that. What I'm looking to do is to supplement our food intake, especially if I can supplement the expensive healthy stuff that's hard to buy. See, the biggest problem is like you have 2 problems. One, greens cost a lot of money. You know, sure, I can get frozen broccoli, but now I'm paying for a freezer to run it. You know, I'm paying for electricity for a freezer. But one is you pay a premium price to buy this stuff. It's actually pretty expensive. I mean, people say, well, you know, it's $1.50. It's $2 for a head of iceberg lettuce, and yeah, you're paying $2 for a head of lettuce. You don't think it's a lot of money? That's enough for 2 salads, and that's enough for basically 0 nutritional value. There's like no nutritional value in a head of iceberg lettuce. There's like nothing there. So when you look at it from a calories and nutrients point of view, that $2 is an awful lot of money. Because now you're going to have to add cucumbers to it, and peppers to it, and onions to it, and that stuff's pretty cheap. But when you add it all up, your cost for your macronutrients and your calories is really, really high. You know, greens they're expensive. The second expensive part of greens is that they don't last. So whatever greens you buy, you've got 3 or 4 days tops to consume it. Like tomatoes, 3 days. Whatever tomatoes we don't consume within 3 days becomes spaghetti sauce because they're no good for tomatoes anymore. They get too soft. Same with cucumbers. Our cucumbers desiccate within 3 days. If I keep them in the fridge, they mold. If I keep them out of the fridge, they don't mold, but they desiccate. And they start to turn yellow. And as they desiccate, as they turn yellow, they become bitter, meaning they don't taste good. Microgreens are fast growing. I've heard good things about microgreens, and I was thinking about that. But especially like I saw microgreens called broccoli. I wonder, is that actually broccoli? Like, does it taste like broccoli? Because I love broccoli. Oh boy, do I love broccoli. Even just a hint of broccoli flavor adding to a salad would be amazing. So you have the cost of buying this stuff, and then now you also have to factor in, I don't have to as much because I have an electric car, but I'm eventually going to lose my electric car. You know, in 3 or 4 years, I won't have the electric car anymore. You know, eventually, something on that car is going to break that I can't afford to fix. When that happens, that's it. No more electric car. Now I got to start paying for gas. And I mean, major components I should be good with for another 3 or 4 years, because I have a I think it's 7-year, 94,000 mile warranty. But once that warranty's up, that's it. Once something breaks, that'll be all she wrote. But you also have to factor in that you can only buy 3 days worth. So if you want to eat a lot of greens, every 3 days you've got to make a trip to the grocery store to buy it. And that cost adds up over time. If I can grow it myself at home for less than that total cost, that'd be pretty cool, you know. And by growing it, if you do it right, it's a continuous supply. So you don't have to worry about it going bad. If you look at it and say, okay, those are getting a little long in the tooth, we'll eat it all tonight. So okay, so it's the leaves from the broccoli. So it's an actual broccoli plant. You're just cutting it early. Is that what's happening with that, with the broccoli microgreens? Yeah, same with the hydroponics. You can cycle. Oh, so the microgreens are normal plants. You're just harvesting the sprouts. So when they say micro broccoli, they're talking about regular broccoli. You're just harvesting the sprouts instead of waiting for the broccoli to form. Interesting. I did not realize that. And do they taste like broccoli? Yeah, because you're basically using the nutrients that are in the seeds. They're using their reserve. So you eliminate the need for nutrients. Even poor soil won't matter. So they don't taste like broccoli. That's a pity. What do they taste like? How much are broccoli seeds? Now I'm curious. They taste like carrots? Wow. So a pound of broccoli seeds is $20. That's a lot of seeds. And I can get 2.5 pounds for $40. Isn't that interesting? I can get 8 pounds for $54. Now, obviously, I would buy a small batch to make sure I like it first. But still, 8 pounds of seeds? How many seeds is that? That has to be a ridiculous number of seeds. I mean, I don't know how many seeds that is, but I'm betting that's an awful lot of seeds. Well, that's what I mean. You're at $55 for 8 pounds. How many seeds are in a pound? I mean, that's got to be a stupidly large number of that's got to be a stupidly large number of seeds. I mean, that has to be years and years worth of seeds. Now, why does this say 8 pounds and this say 128 ounces? Is it a pound or is it 8 pounds? Because that makes a big difference. Yeah, I know, I can see that right there. Hi. So that would be the microgreens. You'd cut it then. So this basically reduced your seed cost to almost zero, because your cost per seed, there's 5,499 pennies there, and I can't imagine. Really? Cat is just knocking shit over. I see a puffy tail. They're flaring up their fur. And there's probably 20,000 seeds there. So you're talking about a quarter penny per seed. And here's a little, here we go. Oh, it's a lot more than I thought. So here's 8 ounces, and there's more than 40,000 seeds. So that means 40,000 times 16. That's a 750,000 seeds. It's going to be somewhere between 650 and 750,000 seeds. So that's a lot of seeds. That's a lot of freaking sprouts. You know, for $10, what the hell? Let's get one. Microgreen mix. Is there a cheap mix? Well, let's just go with that and see what happens. We'll just grab some broccoli seeds. No, that's if you want to do a subscribe and save. So you can tell them to, you know, automatically order you those every 2 months. Well, I'm thinking for the test, I'll just print a tray. You know, that would take like no filament whatsoever. Just do it in vase mode. I'll just vase mode a whole tray. This will be here November 2nd. That's a long time, actually. So it'll be here, what, next Tuesday? Saturday. It'll be here Saturday. Is today the 29th? No. Yeah, next Tuesday. I thought so. Cats, if you keep knocking stuff over, I'm going to whoop your asses. Yeah, that's right. Punk-ass little brats. Yeah, I just saw that. I was looking at September at the top of the calendar. So what do these taste like? And I might be able to help pay for some of this by selling these too. Cottage laws just got super simple in New Mexico. Like they basically eliminated all the laws for cottage growing, for cottage food. You know, as long as it's you know, as long as it's relatively safe stuff. Well, the sprouts are using the nutrients in the seed. The seed is a little nutrient package when it makes seeds. That's why the seeds happen last, because they have to gather up all those nutrients and put those nutrients into a seed. So the reason you don't have to add nutrients is because the plant isn't even going to use nutrients. These things barely have roots. The roots are just starting to form. That's when they'll start absorbing nutrients. So it's almost like a battery. So the seed is like a little battery, and that battery power is used to grow the initial plant. And then exactly, by not having to add anything, it's faster and it's cheaper because you don't have to add nutrients. Basically, the nutrients, you're paying for them when you buy the seeds. When you buy the seeds, someone else took care of recharging the batteries for you because they're the ones who collected the seeds for you. And that is your nutrients. So your nutrients are built into the price of the seeds. Which is why if you grow a lot, you want to buy the big 8-pound sack for $55 because that reduces your nutrient costs. Oh, broccoli tastes a little spicy? Ooh, that's not good. I might like spicy, but Michelle won't. Yeah, but you can reuse that grow medium. You can chop it up, compost it, and reuse it. You don't have to keep feeding it nutrients. From what I understand. It's mild? Okay. Do they have any what would be not spicy that would be good in salads, that would taste good in salads? Because if I can beef up my salad with microgreens for a combination of, hydroponically grown lettuce and microgreens, the combination of the two might give enough bulk to make a reasonable salad. Bean microsprouts, they're mild. Meaning no spicy. They taste good. Oh, lettuce, you can do microgreens for lettuce too? Ah. Yeah, I know lettuce is tiny. I have a I just got 600 butter lettuce seeds from Vince. What did I do with that? I just got a pack of 600 butterhead lettuce. Sunflowers are good? Okay. What do they cost? Can you hydroponically grow broccoli? I've heard people had trouble with that. Hey. Hello. Hi. It's doing okay. I'm about to go up and visit her. I'm just finishing up right now. Yep, I'm going to bring her up a charger for phone and some change of clothes and stuff like that. Don't know. They haven't even got her into a room yet. They might finish treating her before she has a room. Because I guess they're out of beds. Well, we only have like 5 hospitals in Albuquerque, and there's 600,000 people in the area, plus all the outskirts. So probably a lot of COVID cases. Great. Cool. Good. Gives you more of a break. Alrighty. Yeah, Michelle's pretty smart too. She turned her phone off so she saves power between calls. I was like, that was smart, Michelle. Alright. You have a great day. Love you too. My sister Sarah. I've heard cherry tomatoes are good for hydroponics. I don't like eating cherry tomatoes, but I found out you can make some pretty good pasta sauce with cherry tomatoes. You smash them up after you cook them. That's what we got politicians for, man. What's going up in the Netherlands? What's pak choi? I never heard of pak choi. I heard the name before. Well, that certainly looks delicious to me. That looks good. Does it taste like lettuce? What's it taste like? What's it taste like? Like, what's it comparable to? Cabbage family? I love cabbage. Can you cook it like cabbage? Oh, here's the pak choi microgreens. What do those microgreens taste like? See, I know microgreens sell for quite a bit. And I think you get around a lot of the restrictions by selling microgreens because they're not classified as food, they're classified as plants. You're selling a plant. And then it's up to the person who buys the plant to harvest it into food. Adverts for Chinese bridges. Oh my god. Now, isn't that interesting? Now I'm really interested in microgreens. Brides. Isn't that interesting? Hi. Hi, baby. How you doing? You guys are probably hungry. I haven't fed you yet. Yeah, you poor kitties. You're probably starving. Yeah. You're a good boy. You're so soft today. Yeah, you're super soft today. My soft, soft kitties. Alrighty, guys, 12:30. I want to get out of here. I got to collect Michelle's clothes and head down to Albuquerque. It's about a 35-40-minute ride to get there. So, thankfully, I could take the key in now, so I don't have to sit at the dealership for a couple hours and recharge. So, that's it. We hopefully be back to normal next week. I've already got the Atom Spark or Atom Works laser cutter ready to go to, I got the box sitting right where I can find it. So we can mess with that. And go from there. Have fun with it. So I will. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for supporting me. Think about my affiliate links as the holiday season approaches. I appreciate that. Well, the doctors say it's not hyper serious, that it's very treatable, so it should be okay. Let's hope. So, go ahead, knock something over and see what I do to you. Go ahead. Make my day. He likes knocking shit off of up there. You can't even see him. There's that little bastard. Go ahead, keep knocking shit off, cat. That's right. Punk. Alright, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great day. There you go.